Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Hey, first off, I'd like to thank all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few over the last couple of weeks. I've just had a bunch of videos already pre-made, and I'd like to take this time before I finish up this project to thank all of y'all for subscribing, and yeah, I just like to say thank you. I'm finishing up the tool holders in this video, and so there's going to be some grinding and not much grinding. I lost some of the video, but 5 or 10 minutes of it maybe. And also, you know, made all the set screws, the knurled nuts, made all those in this video, and also chemical cold blued them, and I'll show you the process I use for doing that. My new little toy I found here on Craigslist. It's an 8-inch, I think it's called a sign vise, and I actually been looking for something. This is the parting tool piece I want to make, and I need to cut like 2 different angles. So if I did it on my mill, I would have to nod the head twice, retram everything, and then retram it all back up to, you know, to 0 or 90 degrees, you know, putting it back, you know. But I figured something like this for the 2 little short angles, you know, if there's any, I guess you want to call it sign error or anything, it's going to be so minimal in this, you know, this 3-inch piece, you know, but this is going to be easier to tilt to my degree to make it. I think it's going to be so much simpler, and I've got other plans that I'd like to do that I'd need to nod the head, and I just think that's a pain in the butt trying to do that. Well, yeah, hey, again, thanks, and hope you enjoy this here video finishing up these tool holders. All right, thanks. Oh, I think I'm gonna call that side good enough. A little bit more, probably. I almost can't feel it. Fingernail don't catch it. A little tiny spot. seems to be doing okay. Go reverse the direction, go back the other way, and crank it in a little more. Hand feed. I see guys powering it in there, and plus I got so much stick out right here. I don't want that thing climbing up on that tool. It's already moving a little bit. Stuff's so gummy. Yeah, not too bad. Throw that on surface grinder and clean that side up. I'll make sure that side's down if I don't grind them. This side here's pretty good. I'll probably surface grind them and be done, just to have a nice little finish so the bluing sticks to them real good, turns them nice and dark. Alright, there's one. I'll 8 more to go. I mean, it's not a perfect grind, but a lot better than what it was from the parting tool. And I deburred the inside too, and not too bad. Look pretty good, and washed them off in a bath of wax and grease remover. I do car body work, so that's what we wash cars off with. It's good for getting the wax off a car. But yeah, I gotta put them in some of that cold bluing and see what happens. Alright, I'm putting a little blue on them now. Kind of got one in the oven here, but I'm using, that's what I need to do. This is wax and grease remover. I mean, you think these look pretty clean, but this is after washing 5 of them so far. I just put it in there and use my acid brush and scrub them down real good, let them soak a little bit. So I've already done all the fasteners, all the hardware. Like these were just regular bolts. I cut the heads off. They like from Royal King, the local tractor supply. They were all this green color, grade 5. It's covered in oil and WD-40 right now. Noise you hear in the background is my heat. I don't know, looks like one of them. It's a heat gun blowing on them, because these will blue better if they're warmer. They kind of come out looking like crap, but I'll show you the other ones I did already. And here's one all clean and warmed up. This will actually probably smoke a little bit. That's all I do. Everybody brushes it on. I mean, it's already instantly turning. Usually takes a few minutes if the steel's cold. Already turned blue, and then it'll just get darker from there. Here's one I've already done. Yeah, it's covered in WD-40, sitting over there in the hot air of the air gun. And it'll actually get darker and darker and darker. And grease remover, it evaporates pretty quick. I get it at my where I get auto paint. That's what I use, like whenever I prime a car, and then I start block sanding, and then you want to check for high and low spots. You just put this wax and grease remover on a rag like this and wipe down the car over the primer, and it gives that primer a wet look, shiny look. That way you can find your high and low spots. Look for dings that you can't see with dull primer. And also, then you also wash your car down before you paint it. Once you wash it with soap and water, and then you put that wax and grease remover on it before you paint, before you put your sealer on. Now I'll put this over in front of the air gun. Put a little heat in it. Now I set this over in front of the heat and it bakes. I don't have my heater on in here today. I just got home from work and I got some other stuff to do tonight, so I got about an hour to kill. So I'm not going to take time to light the fire. Just get this stuff at a gun shop. There's really not that much in it. And they actually discontinued it, and I got the last one, so I found some recipes on the internet. I might just go ahead and try to make my own. if I ever need to blue anything. Because I think the last thing I blued was maybe about this time last year, and those pieces look good. Yeah, I made this one last year. I just saw some little scrap pieces that I found laying around. They blued up pretty good. Alright, here they are, pretty much done. They're still a little warm, but they'll get darker. They'll be a little darker by tomorrow. You know, and just spray them down with WD-40 or something again. But you know, these nuts were those green cadmium colored. I washed them off and put them in there, and that green instantly comes off, and they go to chrome, and then they start turning gold color. You know, I imagine if I'd have left them in there, they'd have went black. But you know, I kind of like the look, so we'll see if it stays that color, or. And these got some bluing to them. They'll get a little darker. Just keep them in oil for a couple days. Keep them soaked. As soon as they cool down, I'll spray them again. Alright. We'll see you in the next one.